Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to Arknights, starting a bit later than I wanted
I'll
to.
stay
It took
here.
a while to
Just
figure
call me
things
if you
out,
need
but I'm good
something.
now. As you
Hard
can
to
see,
believe.
since my last few of
Sometimes
this, I
can be
have
very patient,
successfully
Doctor.
earned
Have
this
you ever
button
tried
theme
combing
for the main
19
menu
tails in one go?
from IS6. It is 6, right? 2, 3, 4, 5. My bad. IS5. I thought IS5 was the snowy one. But yeah, I got this theme. It's alright. It's a little bit garish, but I think it kind of fits the colors going on the screen currently.
Resources received.
Really though, I wish I had a theme matching Il Syracusano. Or the current
Ciao,
event that's
Doctor.
going on. More mafioso
I can
theme.
hear your footsteps even with my
Oh,
ears
well.
folded.
Last time, we checked out the new game mechanics and new characters. We weren't able to do much more than that. But, yeah, since then, I've actually tried out using Lapland's Altar in IS5. She's really strong and really fun to use, so I'm looking forward to being able to use that in this game mode. Kind of the same goes for Vulpes Faglia. On the other hand, I have seen some gameplay footage of how Crown Slayer works, and she is unexpectedly slow, which is very disappointing. Anyway, let's start with this, because why not? Oh, just a letter R. Oh shoot, do I make the shape of the R or make everything around it? I think I make everything around it. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Oh, hey, and I got a new medal. Cool medal, too. Hey, this is easy. Maybe I can take over. Who's that? What do we got for number 3? Letter E. Are these spelling something out? Hold on, what's the first one? C R E. Got a unique take on fireworks aesthetics. Why is that? Okay, C-R-E-P. Crep. Ooh, these are some interesting shapes we're dealing with here. Bottom right, please. Took me a second to realize which ones would get that edge. There we go. I. CREPI. CREPI? You can assemble the fireworks or be the fireworks? Oh gosh. I can put 6 down. Hold on. What is not needed here? Ah, I think I see it. There we go. We trimmed it. Wasn't expecting that one to be trimmable. Good, I didn't want to see you get blown up. Fair enough. Oh my gosh, there's so many more of these than I expected. CREPI. I wonder what it stands for. So that's those done. Now let's get into the actual story and gameplay. Except, pardon me a moment. Alright. Let's do this. Where to go and whom you go with has never been a choice in Syracuse. That's unfortunate. Hold on, where... Okay, fireworks explode on the red tile, that's what I thought. Excuse me. Okay, so what I want to do is take this. I'll roll with that, actually. I think that's good. Why did I bring Jolie in there? I don't remember doing that. Oh yeah, because of the lack of healing thing. But why did I bring Cruz? No definite airborne enemies here, though. Hold on, one more message. I need everything to get around to leveling up Executor. Can I do that right now? No, I don't have enough of these. Shoot. Well, I'm sure I can deal with things this way. Let's just go with what I got here for now, I guess. Wait, what's my healers look like? Fallen Ink. That might do. Last time in the story, for anyone who doesn't remember, it was discovered that there are a lot of moles within the Freight Workers Union, despite the fact that their leader thought that they were the most family-friendly and righteous group out of Syracuse. What a heartbreaker. Let's see how things continue from here. Freight Workers and... Wait, what? Sorry, the name you said was too long to jot down. Nova Vociniae Freight Workers and Truckers Mutual Aid Association. We need to study the workers' unions in Victoria and Columbia. If we want to fight back against the familiar threats... Excuse me, I'm getting into reading mode. We first need to unite amongst ourselves. There's strength in numbers. The shipping industry is the lifeblood of every city. To date, the familiar have established control of this industry in every other city in Syracuse. We can't let that happen here. In Nova Vocini, trucking is not controlled by gangsters. The shipping industry belongs to the drivers and every other upstanding citizen of Nova Vocini. But why me? I used to be a truck driver for Summer's grocery store, albeit a good one. In Vocini, there are only a few government employees who haven't accepted bribes from the familiar. You could count them on two hands. That's because... I'm sorry, Irene. I privately looked into your and Summer's past. I know about that tragic incident, and I truly apologize. I was thinking if you simply hate the familia that set fire to your supermarket, you could have easily accepted help from another family to carry out your revenge. But you didn't do that. It's just a little speculation on my part. Forgive me if I offend you. Thank you, Jersevinia. Irene, regardless of whether you're the best choice to head the Truckers' Union, I believe you're a kind woman. Please give this invitation some serious consideration, okay? I need some water. I might have messed up my voice earlier. Look at this backdrop. What interesting architecture. Signora Lavazza, please wait a moment. Jersevinia is still holding court. She will come see you when she is finished. All right, no rush. Those documents you're holding, are they for Judge Lavinia? I'll give them to her. No! At least, not yet. I'll give them to her in a little while. As Irene speaks, she tightens her grip on the notebook in her hand. May I ask you, that case the judge is handling, is it some dispute between the corporations or that car crash that happened last night? Neither. Strictly speaking, it's not a trial, but an appeal that even Judge Lavinia might not be able to handle. The main litigant is a Novo Vicini civilian, but it's a unique situation. Judge Lavinia is the supreme justice of Novo Vicini. What kind of case would she not... Can I go listen in? Of course. You can sit and listen to the proceedings while you wait for the judge. That's not an actual legal thing in real life, right? You can't just go sit and listen to the court proceedings. Don't you have to be part of the jury for that? Excuse me. I'll contact the Montelupe municipal government right away and ask them to help us catch the culprit. In the meanwhile, we will apply for Novo Vicini to take jurisdiction of this case. Do you think you'll be able to do it? I'll do everything I can. This isn't the first change of venue request we've submitted this year. But all your previous requests were denied, right? Even if they deny our request, I'll push hard to ensure my colleagues in Montelupe conduct a fair trial so that the murderer is punished. Fair? Judge Lavinia, we all know what's going to happen if you do that. They'll say it was my big brother who got drunk in the bar and started this. They'll claim the mafiosi were acting in self-defense when a terrible accident occurred. You know that's not what happened. He went on a business trip to Montelupe because of Carnival and somehow offended the mafiosi there. They beat him to death in a dirty alley. Ah, that's how Carnival is spelled. I couldn't remember how it was spelled when I was making my announcements earlier. And I looked it up, and the only spelling I could get was the Carnival. It was not bringing up the other spelling for some reason. So I thought maybe it was the same spelling all the way around. Your Honor, I heard the mafiosi have already taken the judges and court workers out to dinner. You're telling me you can make sure there's a fair trial? My brother was a good man. He never did a bad deed in his life. We were among the first citizens to apply to live in Novo Vicini. Everyone loved my brother. I am very sorry. You don't need to be sorry. The sort of thing happens in Syracuse all the time, does it not? Your Honor, I want revenge. I'm going to do this my way, by a method that is tried and true in our beloved Syracuse. I'm going to sell my possessions and hire an assassin, or go seek refuge with another rival familia that holds a grudge against them. But if I do that, will I be violating Novo Vicini's laws? Will you pass judgment on me? Will Novo Vicini banish me forever? Yes, as required by the new Urban Management Act. Novo Vicini's laws are very strict and very effective. However, they only apply within Novo Vicini's borders. Don't you find that to be funny? I know it sounds cruel, but that's how the laws were written. Novo Vicini is a very special place, and its laws are what make it special. But they are also its greatest shortcoming. But please believe me, I will do everything I can to help you. My friend is spamming me. Alright, continuing. No, Your Honor, my brother was wrongfully killed. I want to revoke my Nova Volsini citizenship and return to Montelupe. How could this have happened? There is nothing we can do about it. Nova Volsini is a special city. The new Urban Management Act, both in its content and its applicability, conflicts with Syracuse's historical traditions. In a sense, it is completely alien to the country as a whole. This is precisely why the law must stand. This is not the first time we've seen something like this happen this year. Sorry, I should not tell you these things. No, thank you for sharing this with me. Irene, the Union can't help me fix this. This is Nova Volsini. Its laws bend for no one. I'm having such a hard time not saying Nova with an L. The sad citizen walks by them, saying nothing. Irene cannot read any expression on his face. Hello, Kaiju. Glad to have you here. Goiber is a new one. Signora Lavazza, Judge Lavinia is handling the paperwork for this case. I'll go talk to her. You wait for me here. No biggie, Kaiju. Judge Lavinia, are you doing okay? I'm fine. Where's Irene? Didn't you say she's been waiting for me a while now? That's weird, she was just here. Did she tell you anything new? Did she find the missing truck? Knowing her, she probably discovered some new evidence all of a sudden and rushed out without saying goodbye. She'll get in touch with us soon. By the way, the police station just called. That Cataldo guy you were asking them to find. They located him. Texas puts the weapon aside and opens the window. She is a little bored. It's the rainy season, yet there isn't a cloud in the sky. The bustling pedestrians are bathed in bright sunshine. She almost does not recognize the plate in front of her, the one she had stepped on a year ago. Plate referring to Mobile City plate. After all, last year it still belonged to Volsini and experienced constant downpours, forcing her to spend hours every day drying her tail. If Leon Tuzzo was not lying in the hospital, Texas might almost believe that Syracuse was getting better. Boss, you stuffed those vinyl records in your suitcase. Aren't you afraid they'll get scratched? Like I got a choice! I don't like Syracuse and smooth jazz. Sounds nice and fancy at first, but it might as well be tails brushing the dirt while a pack of wolves gnaw at each other. Carnival, parades, concerts. There's gonna be music everywhere. I just want to see some old friends. I ain't out to get my ears violated. Old friends? You mean your people are going too? We used to go all the time. Now Now the Syracusans are throwing another theme party after all these years. I mean, they definitely gonna show up. Hey, Texas, you say you ain't into it, but you got your bags packed quicker than I did. I didn't have much to pack. We won't stay very long. We'll be back as soon as it's over. Sounds like you sure something's definitely going wrong this time. Look, Zorro lost his game. Your deal's null and void. You and Syracuse and those old friends, they run some games I got no interest in, but everything that needed seeing to got seen to. The last Texas ain't nothing no more. You don't got no high hopes for Syracuse, so what's it matter to you if it gets better or worse? You don't want to say? Well, you don't know. Forget it. I mean, I'm saying you can stay in Lungmen to watch the house. Texas closes the window and pulls 2 letters out of her pocket. The first is an invitation from Novo Vicini City Hall, stamped with the court's seal and signed by Acting Mayor Leontuzzo. The other envelope is empty. Its front side, colored purple, has a sloppy drawing of a white wolf and a bunch of grapes on the corner. Lapland. Was there a reference in the envelope that I missed? Or specifically the white wolf, perhaps? Excuse me. White wolf and black wolf, maybe? Is there a relation between the two? Also, all these long syllabic names of things, especially Novo Vicini, is reminding me of Oratrice Mécanique d'Annelise Cardinal. Irene leaves the courthouse as if she's fleeing something. She doesn't dare to look back on what just happened, what she experienced, or the struggles she went through. A taxi stops right in front of her. She does not remember whether she hailed it or not. Where you headed? The trucker camp. Never heard of it. 500 Viale Alito Torino. It's very far from here, on the farthest plate. It's not surprising that you've never been there. Tough day, huh? Uh-huh. You're the gloomiest customer I've picked up since arriving in Novo Vicini. Why are you so sad? The Carnival Parade is just a few days away. Everyone is happy about their new lives in this new city, no? By the way, if you're wondering why I'm not giving everyone Italian accents, despite this taking place in a fantasy Italian city, it's to make the actual known characters stand out a bit from the background characters. Speaking of which, I love this new city. Look at these festively decorated streets, the wonderful parties, and the carefully prepared food. There are no familia around, and it hardly ever rains. The air and our tails are always dry. Oh, Signorina, is this a woman that I've been voicing the whole time? They just say chatty driver. They don't tell you these things. It always makes me feel awkward. Signorina, could we cut the chatter? I don't really feel like talking right now. What is it that's got you so upset? Let's chat about it. Maybe I can help you? I made some mistakes. No, I should say I failed to do some things. Or rather, I trusted the wrong people. In any case, I let people down. Whatever. There's no way to solve my problems anyway. No. In Syracuse, no problems are unsolvable. If you can't untangle the rope, you can just cut it. If you can't unlock the chest, you can smash the lock with a hammer. There's a solution for every problem. Many times, all you need to do is change your perspective and screw up your courage. Then you'll find that all the problems will resolve themselves. Are you speaking from experience? More than you can imagine. After all, before becoming a taxi driver, my main job was helping my best friend solve problems. Now that was someone who knew how to get into trouble. Claiming to be able to solve problems. It sounds just like something the Familia would do. Then you've got me all wrong. This is a new place. The old ways do not apply. Believe me. Look, everyone's full of energy, everyone's full of love, and also everyone's wearing a festive mask. How fun. Sometimes I really wonder, what are hiding behind these masks? I don't understand what you're saying. It's simple. Wearing a mask imposed on you can make it hard to breathe. Many times you actually know what to do. The answer is right there, crystal clear. It's just that for various reasons, we refuse to face it. But if it could make things easier for yourself, then why not? Sorry, but could you stop for a second? The driver steps on the brake. She doesn't know why, but Irene has the feeling that from the moment she got in the car, the driver has been waiting for this exact instruction. She even catches a glimpse of the driver's bright smile in the rearview mirror. I'm not going to the trucker camp. I want to go somewhere else. How are you doing tonight, by the way, Kaiju? Oh shoot, it was Lapland. Here I am being like, I'm not gonna give him an Italian voice because it's not a main character. And it is. It's the main character. Your wish is my command. Just settling down for bed? Sleep well when you get there.
Ah, the parade's here.
Ah, we're finally here. Invisible, a merchant selling fireworks during Carnival. Hello, Artistic. Glad you could make it. You just missed the first half of our first cutscene. Fantasy Italians indeed. The main star being Lapland here. The crazy girl of the massive Arknights cast.
Che posto stupendo.
Currently in a perpetual state of sick. That's unfortunate. On a 1 to 10, it's a 4.5. With 1 being good and 10 being terrible?
At least make me lose the coat.
Don't make this harder than it needs to be.
That was bad placement for that dog, now that I think about it. At least I think it was, maybe not.
And what purpose do you think your sacrifice will serve?
Hate and resentment have no place, but
Yeah,
in a
let's do
burst
this.
of autumn wrath.
This hunt has dragged on for too long.
Look, Laura.
Father, I knew who you were right away! Permission to attack has been granted.
Oh, I just realized I used her final move. 3rd skill. I was kind of hoping to show off her other skills before I revealed that, but oh well. Check it out, Lapland's 3rd skill has well, technically global range. The drones scatter across the battlefield and attack the nearest unit.
Tough customers.
What is happening here? Is that the... Okay, that's the fireworks. Got it.
The thrust of a blade takes no shape. Take no comfort that it lies sheathed.
Hate and resentment have no place, but in a burst of autumn wrath.
Is everybody okay? Anyone need help?
Okay, I'm safe to take her out now. I will put him in.
This hunt has dragged on for too long.
This show has what are you waiting for?
The curtains are about to fall.
He's doing fine, so I'll keep him there. 1 equals best, 10 equals worse. Got it. So,
Mission accomplished.
not the worst sick you've ever had, just it's lasting a while. Is that what you're saying, artist? Ooh, check this out. Was this a cellar? I think this is a cellar. It looks really cool. Hey there, Alberto. Long time no see. Your timing is impeccable, Dimitri. I just opened a bottle of wine. Did you do it? What? Don't play dumb with me! That car accident that has left Leon fighting for his life. Don't tell me you know nothing about it. Calm down, Dimitri. You followed Bernardo all those years, yet it seems his wisdom never rubbed off on you. Somehow I almost slipped into saying Das Vidanya. I'm not very good at doing accents without slipping into Russian or British ones, unfortunately. For some reason. Hopefully someday I'll have good practice. I don't like being accused of something I didn't do. And more importantly, I don't like it when a man who needs something from me carries himself like that. Tell me everything you know. No. That accident? I don't know any more about it than you do. But I want to tell you a story. A story I don't tell very often. A very personal story. So please pipe down and listen well, alright? I kind of like the juxtaposition of him having like these whites, grays, and blues. Very... I almost said smoky, but I don't think smoky's the right word. There's a tone here, a vibe about this guy. I guess orderly is a good way to put it. In control. But then he's just got this bright orange held in his hand. The brightest color on his entire person. I just think it's kind of neat. It almost looks like it's referencing some kind of a painting. A long time ago, I had a fratello. We had a great relationship. We grew up together, sharing some of the dumbest moments of our youth. However, over time, a rift started to grow between us. I started learning to manage the family business and understanding the rules of Syracuse, but my fratello, sadly, wasn't interested in any of that. He was interested in Victorian literature, Litanian music, and Syracusan plays. He spent most of his time in those silly theaters. The year I first took over the family business, I found his corpse in our parking lot. When I found him, I was enraged. I knew he was offending people, saying stupid things. I could have taken revenge, but I let it go. Do you know why? Because you're a cold-blooded mafioso? I take no offense to your crudeness, but that's not quite the right answer. It's simple. Far too many people misunderstand the meaning of familia. Mafiosi are not duty-bound to each other. They invest in each other and must work hard to protect those investments. Those with a common purpose and the determination to stand together can truly call themselves mafiosi. The moment my fratello chose a different path, he was no longer an associate of my familia. What are you trying to say? I do not like to debate with other people. Business is all about finding mutual understanding. If you truly care about avenging your fratello, you should go to City Hall and ask for their help. Here, with me, it's strictly business. Well, that's about all the time I have now. My calendar is all booked up. I have to go meet a client. I will handle the matter with Leon. It has nothing to do with you. Don't let me catch you stepping over the line. Give me a moment, everyone. Alright. Alberto passes a row of wine racks and returns to the long tasting table. He hates to be late, but sometimes, with certain clients, you have to make them wait for just a little bit. You're too tough a woman to meet, Signorina Lavazza. If memory serves, I've sent several invitations to you in the past. Even getting you to show up here today was a big surprise. Wasn't expecting her to show up here. I know why you're here. You want to hand over the truck that caused the accident, along with its cargo, to me. Yes, that's correct. Transferring your own issue into an issue between the familiae. That's smart. And that is why I have to say no. But Alberto, why? This thing has nothing to do with Familia Saluzzo. I'm sure you know that City Hall has been watching us closely ever since the thing at Vocini. Why would we want to poke the bear now? But this is a rare opportunity for you, no? In just a year's time, almost every major district in Novo Vocini will have a Venezia trucking sales center or repair station. Yes, I'm slipping an Italian accent for her, I suppose. But if you have evidence that shows they are smuggling contraband, you can negotiate with them. Or you could hand it over to City Hall to smooth things over. Whichever option you choose, it will work out well for you. Am I wrong? All you need to do is ensure that the truckers' union does not get involved with the events that occurred last night. That shouldn't be too hard for you. Why did you choose the Saluzzos? I beg your pardon? The Medici's investment firm, the Leotas' pharmacies, the Genovese's? What? I don't know how to pronounce that name. The Genovese's sugar mills, the Rocca's steel factories. There are countless families that have entered Nuovo Vicini by the way of their front businesses. You have many different options. To me, they're all the same. Us truck drivers just want to find new lives in this new city. We can't make sense of it all, nor do we care to. We do not care what happened in the Grey Hall, which familiae have gotten stronger, which have gotten weaker, etc. Which is why my answer is so important to you. I grew up in Sicilia. I haven't seen my parents since I was a child. The manager of a supermarket took me in when I was about 10 years old. He already had a daughter, but he treated me like a second one. A little over a year ago, one of the smaller local familiae set fire to our supermarket over a very minor dispute. As a result, my little sister contracted orpity. Later, I heard that small familia was completely wiped out by another larger familia that had entered Sicilia, simply because they refused to cede their territory. That larger familia's name? Saluzzo. That is the only connection we have to the familiae. That's why, when I got desperate, I thought of the Saluzzos. I only have one small request. Tell me. I hope that in the future, the Truckers' Union will be able to do some favors for Saluzzo Vino. Favors that only the Union can provide. No. No. I think you've got us wrong. You get a bargaining chip, and in return you help us solve a problem. That sounds like a fair trade, right? The Truckers' Union will no longer have any dealings with Familia Venezia, and it won't establish any kind of relationship with Familia Saluzzo. You can't... Alberto does not reply. Irene shakes her head forcefully. She will not let her mind get carried away. You're running short on time, Signorina Lavazza. You just told me a Syracusan story. A good story at that. So, when you choose to solve things the Syracusan way, you must remember, the minute you take a seat at that table, many things are out of your control. Alberto opens another bottle of wine. He pours the wine in the decanter and waits for it to breathe in the air. A graceful gesture. Irene notices that he's no longer looking at her. Signor Saluzzo, speak. Tomorrow I'll show you where we've stashed the truck. I love how these guys always have pizza. We're almost there. The port of Novo Vicini is straight ahead. I feel like this character is going to become playable eventually. Maybe like a year down the line. Whoa! What's wrong, Noemi? You've been here before. Do you ever get a funny feeling when you come here? What? What I mean is, every time I come here, I don't know where I should stand. I always feel like I'm in the way. I can't tell if she's talking or if this is more narration. I'm assuming I'm assuming she's talking. No, that's not relevant to her speech. It's probably a narration. Thanks to Colombia's nomadic city construction technology, Nuovo Vicini, combining 12 large plates, still boasts a speed far surpassing that of other cities in Syracuse. And the port of Novo Vicini, located on the city's outer plate, occupies over 1/10 of the city's usable landmass. A faint vibration arises from beneath Noemi's feet. The sound of cargo land ships from other cities docking with the support layers. It is steady and soothing, like the beating of a strong, healthy heart. On the ground, containers stretch out like mountains, with trucks moving through the valleys between them. Cargo is being transferred from the support layers by crane for sorting, then transported by truck to various parts of the city. Noemi still remembers the day Nuovo Vicini commenced operations. Signora Cecilia sent out a citywide message expressing her hopes and dreams for the new city. This is the freight hub of Syracuse, the engine that shall power the nation's future. Noemi, we are very busy today. I wanted you to wait in the office. You're the one who insisted on following me here. I may still be in training, but I can help out. Maybe I can even crack the case. Well, I only started in this job 3 months before you. Neither of us is all that experienced. Papa wants me to settle into this job quickly. It's a decent profession, and serving as a police officer means I'll be able to protect my family's pizzeria. Okay. You already said all that stuff to us on your first day on the job. Come on, kid. Don't you have any tact at all? Alright, let's get back to work. There are a total of 56 repair stations across the city's 12 plates, and the other officers are checking them one by one. We've already dispatched a unit to the trucker camp as well. The port of Novo Vicini is the last place left. Almost all of the box trucks conduct business at this port. Blah, blah. But finding one truck in this huge place? It's searching for a needle in a haystack. A fitting analogy, but a bit exaggerated. We've got to get a move on, or we'll be here past sundown. Let's start here. You go east and I'll go west. Remember, we're looking for trucks with any signs of damage. Don't overlook a single dent, ding, scrape, or scratch. Got it! Signs of damage. How are there this many trucks in this city? Noemi moves through the sea of vehicles. Busy trucker drivers and workers occasionally pass by. But no one spares her a second glance or thought. This isn't right. If someone had been in an accident, why would they stash the damaged truck in such a conspicuous place? Wait, what are those tarps covering up over there? Have you found anything on your end? Not yet. What's wrong? Did you get lost already? I told you to have your coffee this morning. I don't drink coffee. It's too bitter. Not when you dunk in a donut or two. Come on, let's stay focused on the task at hand. I know the truck we're looking for is hidden around here somewhere. Get over here, quickly. You hid the truck in the port of Novo Vasini? My guy picked up the goods here. He was only halfway out of the city when the accident happened. It happened so suddenly. He was too afraid to drive the truck over to Verminia Venezia or back to the trucker camp. The truck's cabin got all busted up. The damage was far too noticeable, so he had to turn back. He drove back to this port, the place he knows best. Where exactly is the truck? Over there. That's the place where all the floats are parked. Floats? These giant floats are modeled after the mythical beasts from Syracusan legends. They're going to be the big surprise of the Carnival. City Hall spent nearly 6 months preparing them. They will lead the Carnival parade across the central avenue and through the entire city. Under the gaze of all its citizens, they will bring the festive atmosphere to its peak. The port officials have covered them with a tarp, so as not to ruin the surprise. The driver hid the truck under the tarp? Yes. Someone disguised it as one of the floats. I'm not sure exactly which truck it is. Wait for me here. I'll go talk to the dispatcher. Why are the floats moving all of a sudden? Signorina Lavazza, are you going to check each and every float? You don't think that's a bit much? No, I'm not going to. The crane's mechanical arm tears away the tarps, and the Carnival floats begin rolling out one by one. The bizarre, gigantic beasts are exposed to the daylight, starting the grand parade ahead of schedule. Before Irene can even react, thick black smoke begins to rise at the end of the procession. As if unnerved by the sunlight, one of the floats bursts into flames. Odd phrasing. I'm scared of the sun. Frickin' spontaneous combustion. It is the wolf, one of the legendary deities born of the wilderness. When the twin moons are high, the wolves sneak into Syracusan's dreams, invoking their primal nature and teaching them to survive. Pardon me. This wolf is a symbol of Syracusa, its mysterious legends, its long bloody history, and the limitless future that this new city holds. But now, the deity is bathed in flames, and Syracusa's future is slowly turning to ash. What's going on? Noemi, tell the workers to put out the fire, now! I'm on it! Wait, look at that float! Doesn't it look like it's been in an accident? You mean this is the truck we've been looking for? The one that hit the acting mayor? That fire is getting out of control. If we wait for them to put it out, there will be nothing left. You think this fire was accidental? I just think hiding the truck among the parade floats, then setting it on fire, all just to destroy the evidence? That's both too complicated and blatant. Or maybe that's what they want. It's a message, a provocation. The fire completely engulfs the float, its flickering flames making it appear as though it were alive. The onlookers can almost hear the towering wolf ablaze, roaring in the inferno. A gust of wind blows through, carrying the thick smoke, which spreads like dark clouds enveloping the entire city. Suddenly, Noemi thinks to herself, maybe being a police officer is harder than it looks. Ooh, who's this wise wolf? What a huge fire! It's hard to make out whose likeness the burned wolf was modeled after. You? Me? Zara or Agnes? Not any one of us. Humans can never imagine something beyond their cognition, and they are too fragile Always cowed by fear. I mean, how do you imagine something beyond your cognition? Isn't your cognition the limits of what you can imagine? Perhaps to them, all uncivilized life forms are like this. Getting too yawny now. Baring their teeth and full of menace. Regardless of how they created that image, they clearly put a lot of effort into it. It's a shame that it was burned like this. Your wolf pup isn't around. There's no need to act so benevolent. She doesn't know your identity, nor the truth behind the conflict. Yet she almost helped you win this round of the game. There's no more shameless Signora de Lupi than you, Caesar. Now I'm wondering if Caesar's female. I was getting grandma vibes from this image, but I could be wrong. No. Project Red, my dear girl. Her hunting skills were subpar, much less so under the influence of humans. Victory was far beyond her grasp. Zaro's fang was not killed by her. Agnes's fang has been weakened, but still lives. And you, Vargo? In the first round of the game, your wolf pup hid all too well. Red couldn't even pick up his scent. I remember you once told me that this was the most satisfying choice you've made among our countless rounds of games. Hold on a moment. I'm getting names mixed up here. I'm assuming Agnes's fang is Crown Slayer. And Vargo's is... Well, she said his, not hers, so it's not, Oh, what's her name? I'm forgetting it all of a sudden. I don't think it's Lupa, is it? I don't know. I'll have to check later. I remember you once told me that this was the most satisfying choice you've made among our countless rounds of games. Is your wolf pup lying low, waiting for the others to fight to the death so it can jump out of hiding and claim victory? The wilderness has always been this way, has it not? Vargo, do you really think the others can't see through your disguise? What if I already know where your wolf pup is hiding?
Work's over. Time for a drink. Where's Texas?
Alright, not sure what to make of that. What was the name of
Ciao, Doctor.
the last girl I'm thinking of?
I can hear your footsteps even with my
Luna
ears
Cub,
folded.
that's what it was. I knew it had something to do with the moon. I think Luna Cub is another of their... I guess, I don't remember what word they used, but I'm going for assassins here. I believe Luna Cub is another one, but I don't think she was mentioned among them. But Luna Cub has natural and perpetual camouflage for some of these, so I thought it was her until I recognized that they said him. I see Zelda Sheik finally made it. If you can respond, Zelda Sheik, how are you doing tonight? Gosh, I love this music, man. Oops, I accidentally clicked out of the window. Okay, one exit. So good choke point right here. But everything is above it. All the way out here. And there's some extra stuff happening over here for some reason. I might want to use some invisible characters over on this side. I'll definitely want Suzerain here. But what do I do about the fuse being all the way along the back, and then the fireworks being here? If anything. I should swap out Folinik for... I want a good Wandering Medic. Are there any related to Syracuse? I don't believe there are. Harold is as British as they come. I guess we'll just go with AF Yala, try it true.
The picnic's about to begin. The picnic's about to begin.
Bring Luna Cub in here. I don't think that we have any Syracusan snipers other than her. If she even counts.
I still prefer hunting with my pack. They're much more open than humans.
Every hunter runs into a wolf before they go into the wastes. The wolf says, "Mulberry wood makes sturdy bows, and stones can be sharpened into deadly blades. But you must shed the clothes on you to survive, for it is the only thing that does not belong in the barrens." Interesting statement. If you're finding wood and stones that easily, and anything you need to shape them, surely you can find the materials to at least make a loincloth. No one would believe it. So the hunter who kept his long coat on was caught by tree roots protruding into the corner of the coat, ensnared by vines so tightly he could not move until he heard the beasts encircling him. Another hunter covered himself head to toe in armor, was washed away by the river current when the water rushed into the tiny gaps between the metal plates, dragging him down into the mud on the riverbed. Only one hunter took the wolf's advice and received a gift from it. The wolf tore off its own pelt and placed it on the hunter. The fur fit him so well, as if he was born with it. It helped the hunter survive countless dangers unscathed. That's right, I suppose wearing skins would be more efficient than wearing average clothes out in the wilds, because skins won't get caught on things or weigh you down as much in waters. I mean, they will get pretty soaked though, wouldn't they? I don't know. The pelt was so smooth and clean. When the hunter left the wilderness, not a speck of blood could be found on it. Keep in mind, I believe the wolves it's referring to are immortal wolves, like those characters at the end of the last cutscene. So it could absolutely survive technically skinning itself, but also they're kind of godlike, so maybe it wasn't even painful. And the hunter never took it off. Interesting analogy, I like it. I learned something today. Even the hunter's descendants had a custom of wearing clothing so fitting yet comfortable, and slowly it evolved into the suit you commonly see on Syracusans today. No, you've been telling me this story from when I was a baby, and I still don't get it. I've grown up, and you're still telling it. Lucino, I'm nearly done with these 2 suits. We just need to sew on these buttons. You accepted this order on your own accord, so we must be meticulous in our work, no matter who the client is. Go fetch the buttons from the back. You won't miss them. They have the Saluzzo's emblem. Shouldn't I first bring them to Signorina Lapland for fitting, and then we adjust the clothes afterwards? As you taught me. It's fine. That Saluzzo Signorina doesn't need it. I'll decide if they need any alterations. But she didn't request to skip the fitting. I know what's on your mind, boy. Sometimes our clients request complicated designs. Sometimes they don't even have a picture of it in their head. But it's not our place to probe too much. Remember, Lucino, Tailor de Montano did not gain our reputation purely from our precision tailoring. People and materials are the same. Know them before making any move. Go get those buttons. It's time to finish this order. Oh, okay. Lucino looks at the 2 beautiful sets of attire. They are completely different to any suit his grandfather has ever made. A magnum opus, to be sure, worthy of the Made by de Montano labels. He just wishes to be a part of that. Lucino subconsciously pats his pocket. Inside are a few buttons he privately made himself, also engraved with the Saluzzo emblem. I'll get them at once, Nano. I kept you waiting outside for quite long, didn't I? Please come in. You can't delay Signor Antonio's commission any longer, Umberto. The old Don's about to arrive. If you start now, you can still finish it in time before the Carnival. Push back your other commissions and come with me to Venezia trucking. We won't take too much of your time. My current commission is also one I can't disappoint. No, I heard someone come in. Umberto, you don't actually have to make those measurements yourself. Wanna go meet a real somebody, ragazzo? Huh? Somebody? No, I... Lucino, give me the buttons. Yes. Here. The young tailor nervously looks at his Nano's face. Not bad. Look at that smile. That's such a happy smile. But not good enough for these 2 outfits, Lucino. But I compared them so many times. They're practically the same. Once you sew enough buttons, you'll be able to tell if they'll fit or not just by touching them. Go fetch mine. Here, all here. I just wanted to help you out. Umberto, I think you're being too hard on the kid, personally. Keep practicing, Lucino. Yes, practice. I'll be good and get back to it once I bring back your medicine. Signore, surely you can tell this boy is too reckless. You amuse me, Umberto. Apologies, but my recent Carnival commissions leave me no time at all to go with you. I promise you, I'll personally go over to apologize once I'm done here. Of course, I'll pay for any subsequent expenses as well. You really think Signor Antonio cares about all that? All I care about is that I can enjoy the Carnival in peace, Umberto. Umberto de Montano, figured you'd be here. Ah, her! Ritorno a casa. The Volpo returns home. I need a drink. I forgot this does not count as a cutscene, and I actually have to click to move on. You shouldn't be here, Zaro. You lost your fang and this round, so you ought to return to the Barrens and wait for the next round to begin. Excuse me. So for anyone who doesn't know what's going on with these wolves, they are a collection of immortal wolves that couldn't agree on who should be their leader. So but because they're immortal, they can't fight amongst each other. So they went about picking people they call fangs to kind of act as warriors in their stead. And the fangs are supposed to take each other out one by one until one is left standing, and the wolf who hired that fang is declared the winner of that round. I don't know how many rounds they're going for, but I do know they've been doing this for generations, or so I understand. Zaro previously had a fang that was the head of one of the mafia groups. In fact, he was the head of the biggest mafia group in Syracusa. And he was right in line to, I think, win this round single-handedly by essentially taking out tons of people, like, all at once. But he ended up managing to fool Zaro by setting things up to go against Zaro's wishes and then killing himself. Or something like that. I don't remember all the details. It's been about a year. But, yeah, Zaro was not happy with that. And I think now he's trying to play some tricks on his siblings. Trying to work around the rules somehow.
Calm down, Caesar. I know you have the best odds of being the alpha of this round, but there's no way I can just sit and wait.
I smell a strong human scent on you. Have you already picked up a new toy? If you did, then why did you come find me? Were you hoping I'd console you, Zaro?
I'm fed up with how you deceive and trick your little pup, Grandma. I summoned you here to share an interesting secret, where the last unidentified fang is hiding.
You're out of the game, yet you still try to interfere?
Outsiders make the most eager audience. Caesar, the bloody stench beneath your merciful appearance and your thirst for victory. I've always been able to sniff them out despite your efforts. Besides, I don't care if you're interested in my information or not. I'm merely relishing it. Your pup has a keen sense of smell. A pity our unidentified fang has spent decades cleaning the scent of wolf off himself. Umberto de Montano, a pathetic tailor.
Is he the final wolf? Zaro, I guarantee you that when this round ends, you'll savor the pain of our bite.
Caesar, your anger is as delicious as ever. Unfortunately, I'm not even the first wolf to challenge our rules.
Is the tailor the last fang? And somehow he is possibly still weaker than Project Red, despite his ability to hide his scent.
Volpo, you a tourist? Sorry, Taylor de Montano's all stuffed up with orders right now, so commissions are closed.
You're the boss here?
Who cares if I am or not?
He does not dare to finish his sentence, because he has just seen the blade in her hands. Right. How long has it been since anyone in the city walked around freely with a weapon in their hand? A smile remains on the woman's face, but he has a feeling. One more word from him and her blade will surely stab through his throat, even if they are in Nova Vocini right now.
Signora, this man is an employee of the Venezia Trucking.
Trucking? The familiation has changed a lot since I left.
Volpo, the scar on her face, this suit and that blade. The homicidal lunatic that defected and left the Familia? But 6 years ago, didn't she already?
You should go, signore. Please send Signor Antonio my regards.
Of course, my prior promise to you remains true. Cazzo. Grazie, Umberto. Signora Venezia, you don't seem to have changed much. You know me? Your photos were always on the newspapers. Dominated the headlines for a long time. I thought you would have informed your family first about your return to Syracuse. I left them many years ago. I came here looking for you. Yet you're not here to kill me. There's a familiar scent on you. Vago? Yes, he found me in Higashi through his connections and we made a deal. Ban that bot again. I'm waiting for these bots to stop. At least it looks like it might be a different bot this time. The text is a bit different. Or is it not a bot and they're watching me and they heard me say I was recognizing the patterns and so they changed it up? Yes, he found me in Higashi through his connections and we made a deal. Are you sure you want to have a conversation while you bask in the sun and roll around the red leaves? I actually needed to yawn there, that was good timing. How else? I wouldn't have bothered helping that wolf out if not for the tiny bit of friendship we have. So you want me to return to Syracuse and act as a bodyguard for someone? Beast aristocrat. Is this one of the wolves? To solve a problem. Do that and you'll know the truth you've been chasing after. Why you couldn't find the culprit who hurt your daughter despite all the heads you took, and who exactly that is. Are you serious? You're not making up an excuse to chase me away from this place? Ha! Your choice to believe it or not. Other than him, I should be the only one in this entire shrine who doesn't hate you, Ingrid. You raid the place whenever you come in here just to see him, and that makes me quite happy. Life at the shrine would be so dull otherwise. To be honest, I kind of want to follow you back to Syracuse for a little walk. You're talking about a deep swamp. Your stubbornness and hobby of rolling about in the grass won't like it there. Tell him I'm going back. Not telling him yourself? You're in love with this game's writing? This game's writing is really good, dude. It's one of the things that drew me into it 3 years ago. I wish I could still play these games at work like I used to, because... I said these games. I wish I could play this game at work still, because I've missed so many stories due to not being able to do that. It's for Lisa, he'll understand. After I came back to Syracuse, I also met with the Signore De Lupi. You, Umberto de Montano, I honestly could not have imagined he really chose someone like you if he hadn't stated your very name. Oh, is he the last Fang, then? One has to wonder. A humble tailor like myself? Mm-hmm. I don't know how Vargo described me to you, but we do subtly differ in our views on some matters. You don't look so good, Umberto. Vargo told me the wolves always choose humans with some sort of impressive talent. But your health is quite poor. That ragazzo who just left, he's your... Lucino's a bright boy, but he just can't accept the fact that time is unbeatable. I'm old, Ingrid. Simple as that. Is Vargo well? I can't tell with him. Did he not come to you? We haven't seen each other for many years. I thought he'd long abandoned me. I gotta admit, artist, I really want to see this game get fully animated cutscenes. Because the writing for these cutscenes is great, but sometimes they go on
for freaking ever. And it's just a lot of reading with very little animation. And without knowing what these characters sound like, it's sometimes a little hard to, like, fully keep track of things for me. Especially when they don't show the character that's speaking, so I don't know what voice to give them.
We haven't seen each other for many years. I thought he'd long abandoned me.
Maybe he just didn't want to taint you with his scent and risk putting you in danger. That's my guess.
Is that so?
To be honest, I've no interest in finding out what happened between you and Vargo. I'm just here to solve a problem for you. He told me how to distinguish the other fangs. I was thinking, why not take the first move and give them hell instead? What do you think?
It seems you can't refuse the conditions he gave you. But this swamp is difficult to leave once you make even just half a step into the mud.
Pardon me a second, everyone. Actually, feel free to take a short break. I need to be right back. Though I may have picked a bad time, there's no music here. Let's do a little bit of this until there's music, and then I'll be right back.
I'll meet Signor Alberto soon. Should I explain the suit design in detail? I can't. Nonno will get mad if he finds out. But if Signor Alberto asks me about it, surely I can't refuse to answer. Become acquaintances with the Don of Familia Soluso would be good for us. I might even manage to get better medicine for Nonno. Or maybe I could even bring him to Colombia to see even better doctors. Stop spiraling, Lucino. The address from Signorina Lapland. It was this way, if I'm not wrong. A truck?
Alright, we have music now. Now I'm gonna be right back. Alright, I'm back now. Sorry I took so long. I was not vibing to the OST. I had to step away for a few minutes. But I've moved ahead a little bit in the story until we had music, so that those of you waiting for me could vibe to the OST. Alright, moving on. A truck? Why is this so fast? It'll hit the... Hey! Lucino hugs the intricate box containing the suits as he stands on the street corner and witnesses the accident happen. A truck fully loaded with goods suddenly crashes into a car that was just about to turn at the intersection. Glass shards scatter all over, the vehicle frames wrecked out of shape. A tire pops out from the truck. Help! Help them out! Merde! Everyone's gone to the main street for the show! Hey, just hold on in there! I'll get you out! What are these hidden inside the tires? Here, Gambino! A car we had our sights on! That was just a dang coffee break. What the... We're done for! We were unlucky enough getting assigned the dirty work with none of the credit. And now something just had to happen to the goods under our eyes. Much worse than that, I'm afraid. Look at the car that got hit. Look familiar to you. Why do you even care who the heck got hit? Wait. That's... Leontuzos. I gotta say, what you said about going back to Longman wasn't so terrible after all. Let's get out of here before the cops and boss find out. We'll slowly settle the accounts between us after we're back there. We toiled to get a sliver of hope here. There's no way we can just throw in the towel now. Don't forget why we came here to Nova Vocini, why we joined Venezia Trucking. No Signora Cecilia, no Grey Hall, and no restrictions from the other familiae. Who knows? We might even manage to make up a familia of our own, Gambino. See the kid across the street with the box? He's the only witness. Maybe he caught a glimpse of the goods stashed inside the truck, too. I gotcha. Up to us to decide if he saw anything. You're such a scumbag, Capone. Just trying to keep myself alive and leave a good impression on the boss at the same time. Let's go. Take him and tell them we got the sole witness with us. And the goods? That's for the recipient to think about. Don't forget, the boss stressed again and again we're just cover. As for Leontuzzo, hope he's fine. Andiamo. We gotta get that kid before someone else does. You are here to help? Over here, someone's still inside the car. Lights out. I'll carry him. The box he was carrying. Take it with us. Don't leave any clues behind. You sure no one saw us? Obviously. The first thing I did here was to survey the surrounding area. Go. I love those guys, and I will never stop loving those guys. And I don't know why I love them so much, but I do. Closed. The cafe is quiet, save for the occasional electrical buzzing from the shop sign at the entrance. Closed for 3 days. Customers new and old do vote for my daughter Ophelia at the show contest. A week of free coffee for everyone if she wins the right to light up the parade cars on Carnival. A smell. It's strong. I know you ran in here.
Sparks fly when a passing arrow strikes the dagger in Project Red's hand, and the impact numbs her hand slightly. She's good. Quick reflexes. No wonder I'm not done hunting yet. But I've got you now. Huh? I caught you. Hey, Luna Cub! Ow! If you weren't a Fang, I wanted to invite you to the pack. Too bad Agnes wouldn't agree. Sorry about the occasional pauses between lines, by the way. I usually process things a little longer than most people, just to make sure I get every detail in my head properly. Grandma is waiting for me. I must hunt you. And then the last one. Huh? Having second thoughts? No, not anymore. I don't want to let Cal sit down. Grandma even more. But both of you are working for Rhodes Island. Best not get too close to a hunter. Luna Cub turns around as she shoots an arrow and quickly slams into a window, shattering it and escaping into the streets. Don't move. I won't miss this time for sure. I need to confirm one thing with you before I drag you back to Agnes. I see Vargo is telling me the truth. The wolf pack is restless. Oh, it's her. I spent quite the effort to find you two. Although the rest will be simple to do. You have a smell that Agnes hates, but you're not a Fang. You know her, Project Red? Just show yourself, I won't shoot on sight. No. But her blade, sharper than mine. For real? There's no telling who will win like this. I know. I will reach her first. The red figure dashes toward Ingrid, and Luna Cub quickly turns to aim at the blade-wielding Volpo. Not before my arrow does. 3 shots and I'll have her cornered. Behind you. Trying to distract me? I've handled tougher fights in Syracuse with many more people on the other end. But I'm always the last one standing. No exceptions. 3 arrows lodge into her sword sheath. Don't treat humans like beasts. Your hunting skills won't work on me. You can certainly continue to try. Same goes for you, Project Red. This is not over yet. My blade, not sharp enough. Come. The heck is happening upstairs? You can't hide from me forever. I won't wait any longer for Vargo's answers. Are the police here actually working? I should go. The accident, the fangs, and the Familia Venetia's shadow. I see Syracuse is welcoming me back with even bigger surprises. Mission time finally. I'm going to pause here and just make sure everything's okay upstairs before I continue. Shouldn't be as long as last time unless I have to take the dog out. Ooh! Loving this music. Also, hold on. Street Side Fire Juggler. Invisible. Normally does not attack, but counters when losing invisibility. Attacks deal both arts damage and burn damage. Interesting. But can he counter another invisible character like Luna Cub? That is my question.
Anyway, be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry for all the pauses, everyone. But this will be my last mission for the night. I'm gonna finish the cutscene after it, and then I'll be calling it, most likely. Okay. Sorry, readjusting my headphones. There we go.
Don't leave bloodstains. They're hard to clean. At least make me lose the code.
Look at that timer go up.
No need to cover up. If secrets
Excuse me, sir.
Take measurements.
I'd appreciate it if you could stop that. What just happened? Did you just die super
The
fast?
road to the afterlife is crowded.
Well, let's deal with this quickly then. And I'm gonna do this.
Patience is key.
At least make me lose the code.
The lava surges on, never turning back.
Why the rush? The road to the afterlife is crowded enough.
Stupid bird and beast, you're not getting away.
I wasn't expecting the balloons, but it's working out.
Mission accomplished.
Oh! That was it. I was expecting that mission to be longer. Great battle theme, though. I love a good accordion. I recommend the Red Tongue Sour. They say it's made like how the Sami do. Are you mad, man? Ordering cocktails at a winery? We'll be laughed out of here. Didn't we taste a similar looking one when we were in Colombia last month? I just wanted to reminisce about our honeymoon a little, Tesoro. Remember our undercover classes at the police academy? Sometimes we have to be conspicuous to cover the others. The judge needs more time to clear bystanders from here. Are you sure you didn't pull that just because you wanted to drink it? I swear, Tesoro. Shh!
Softer main. Or is it money?
I get so tired of the question mark responses. How do I voice these?
I thought his Nova Vocini would be much more lenient. Signorina, why not have a drink on me? A cocktail, of course.
Okay, fair enough voice for him.
Let's just say it's a local custom. Manny, he's here. Signora, thank you for the generosity, but it's not your place to offer my... I think there's been a misunderstanding. My offer was not directed at you, officer. It's been a while, Lavinia. Care for a drink? You've been standing in that dim corner for a long while. I was just wondering how long it'd take before you'd pay and leave. I don't have to worry about the bill here. The Solusos never treat their important guests poorly. Besides, Alberto informed all of his wineries in advance. Feel free to taste the wines as you please, were his words. I never knew you were on such cordial terms with the Solutos. What are you and Alberto doing together? Surely you can't be working as a bartender here. Lavinia, I didn't come here to be interrogated. I'm deeply concerned for Leon. That's the only reason for our meeting tonight. He's still in a coma. He's still in a critical condition. Oh wait, Lavinia's saying this one. He's still in a coma. He's still in a critical condition. What kind of answer are you expecting from me? Or should I say, what kind of answer are you afraid of? The fact that you are here means his condition isn't that bad. I keep getting confused as to who's speaking, sorry. I still can't meet him? You don't have to ask a question you already know the answer to. Leon is mi fratello. I just hope he's safe and sound. A fratello to you? Or Bologna's traitor? Lavinia, everyone who stayed in the Bologna's has valid reasons for hating him. I hate him too. I don't agree with his choice and how he does things today, but I wouldn't deal with him in such a despicable way. That won't serve as valid testimony to clear you from suspicion. Leon got into the accident right before he was supposed to meet you, and you were inside a restaurant near the scene. There is reason to suspect you. Then, Your Honor, what will you do? Haul me into your court and slowly interrogate the truth from me? I know many of the customers here today are in fact officers. I won't arrest you without decisive evidence. This is how the law operates. We won't act according to the rules of the Familia. But my suspicion towards you remains. I'll get to the bottom of this, no matter if you're innocent or not, no matter who was involved. I will get to the truth. Dimitri looks at Lavinia's determined eyes and sighs. You haven't changed at all, Lavinia. Still the same as your newbie judge days, daring question of Familia Dawn. I never liked you that much, but thank you for taking care of Leon for me. Also, I still have to say, I'll also investigate Leon's accident. I want to know who the culprit is, too. Like, every time it changes to a new line, I swear I see the name change as well. That's why I keep checking. I'm like, wait a minute, did I just read the line in the wrong voice? Dimitri fetches a nearby wine bottle and gently pulls the cork open. Pulls the cork open. Pulls the cork open. Why do I keep stumbling over my words tonight? I'm normally better than this. I sing tongue twisters all the time. The liquid swishes within. Only half remains. Someone gifted me this bottle. I had planned to invite Leon to try it. He should have been the one sitting here. Anyway, this glass is on me. Can I really not see him, Lavinia? He leans on the counter, waiting for her answer. But the judge looks at the glass of red wine and says nothing. Fine. No point for me to remain here. Now would you guys excuse me? Or are you planning to detain me under some special procedures for the Familia under the new Urban Management Act? There's no more Familia here, Dimitri. So I guess I'll go? As you please. That last little bit there, where he says, so I guess I'll go, is an I feel like that's an interesting little insight into him getting used to being in a place where the mafias are not the ones in charge. He's not used to being able to just walk out of a place surrounded by potential enemies. And he's like, huh, this is a little new. Are we sure? Can I actually just leave? As laid back as ever, Venezia, Signora. Do your men know their Don is currently sitting in an ordinary restaurant right now while they're waiting to welcome him at the port? I just missed the food here. I didn't expect you'd be the first face to greet me. I like this guy's design. He's cool. Come, have a seat, my friend. This restaurant isn't as ordinary as you think. I found the chef here from Sicilia. Makes the most authentic bolognese. You should try some. The younger ones love talking about the future, which isn't a bad thing. However, some traditions shouldn't be abandoned, especially when it comes to Syracusan cuisine. Anyone who tried innovating a new Saluzzo winemaking method would surely be buried 6 feet under in the vineyard for fertilizer. That's right. This bottle of noble rot wine is the first of our new collection. Take it as a welcome gift. 1069, a good year. I can find all of Saluzzo Vino's vintages and subsidiary brands on my rack, but it's been a long time since I've received a bottle from you personally. We haven't been in contact much, Alberto. Just a decade. The Morettis ignored the Dodici Familia's ban on competing with the other Familiae to monopolize the Originium trade, and recklessly tried to wipe us out. Familia Venezia stepped in as a mediator back then. You were certainly worthy of our respect. Recklessly tried to wipe us out. Maybe I'm just old and my memory's failing me. But as I recall, it was the Morettis who vanished from Syracusa. You swallowed all their Originium businesses, secured your seat in the Grey Hall, and that granted the Saluzzos the current status in Syracusa today. I'm sure you've experienced more like this than I have. Our sparse communications have been a boon to us. No one knows what Signora Cecilia would think of our meeting here. Really? She banned the carnival herself, and yet has come back from the dead. Perhaps she is much more tolerant of Syracusa than we or everyone else in the Grey Hall could imagine. A brand new city celebrating one of the oldest festivals. Surely no one would miss attending. The young ones at City Hall are simply doing this to declare that Syracusa will change inside out. From here. I just thought of the late Bernardo. A self-righteous fool. Not very nice to badmouth a friend who's no longer here. I saw trucks going in and out while the police directed traffic, and I couldn't even tell a single family member from the unmasked pedestrians. Even the weather here is better than the other Syracusan cities. To be honest, the Familiae might not disappear the way Bernardo wanted, but I was finding it hard to believe this was still a Syracusan city until you showed up. The Venezians have integrated into the city well, Signor. From the city plate's construction work to the founding of the new government, your familia never showed up even once. Then Nuova Vassini officially started operating, and the Venetians went quickly to work. Anton was in charge of all that. Your son-in-law is indeed quite capable. Venezia Trucking has never flouted any of the new Urban Management Act rules, and even works with the City Hall to investigate illegal acts by the other familiae. The younger ones are always more eager to get with the times than we are. But time was unable to sweep the familiar stain away. You know better than me what your vehicle company is doing under the table. I suppose that's enough gossip for today. Alberto, I've been wondering when you'd finally start talking about the business at hand. You know what I was going to talk about? Not many new stories in Syracuse these days. No matter where you heard it from or whatever it is you're planning, this old man might not be able to do much. Be it the City Hall or Anton, be it a threat or offer to collaborate, I have nothing to do with it all. Times have changed. I can't say if I like it or not, but I definitely can't stop progress. So I thought, why not leave it to the younger generation instead? That's supposed to be a question, not a statement. I think. Not afraid they would screw up. Why not wait and see? The Venetians climbed to our current position in just 3 generations, and it was not because of the older generations sticking with their views. We have Volpos, Perros, and Lupos with no blood relations. It is precisely because we accept anyone with ideas with open arms that we are what we are today. What I'm doing now is no different from what the old Dawn did. I came here just to enjoy the festival, but I'm happy you were the first person I saw. But old men like us ultimately need to act with decency. Decency. I see it's still a favorite in your dictionary. That is why we Venetians have managed to stick together to this day. The familia's decency frames what we should do or can't do. What say you, Alberto? Anyone else, and I would have called beast crap. But you, I can only admit that it's truly valuable in Syracuse. Mind getting me some spaghetti bolognese? You'd best open this noble wine now instead of bringing it back to Montelupe. I'm craving some myself after seeing you enjoy your meal. After all, I fear a chance for a leisurely meal like this will be quite rare in the future. Umberto never has to look at the clock when working. He silently counts the number of times the sewing machine's needle bobbed up and down. This is his favorite way of counting time after bidding farewell to his past life. But now he dreads the sound of the needle. The old man's eyes are puffy from his long excruciating day, but he forces himself to keep on sewing to keep it together. Is that you, Lucino? Signor Umberto? Oh, it's you, Anna. Yes, I'm here to collect the suit I ordered. I formally start at City Hall tomorrow. Is Lucina out? Lucino? My bad. He had something to do. Whoop! That was an accident? Wait here while I get your suit. How is it? It fits perfectly. Grazie mille. No need, you paid me for this. But you used an even better material for it. You waited so long for City Hall to get back to you, and worked hard for the position too. Of course you deserve a better suit. Treat it as a greeting gift from us when we moved here. Neighbors should take care of each other. We're so lucky to have you as our tailor, Signor. Right now I know Lucino hates sitting around, and I wanted to give him this ticket to the Carnival show contest rehearsals. It's a good seat. Could you give it to him for me? Everyone knows you only want the best for the boy, but sometimes it's good to let him live a little. He should enjoy his life sometimes, right? Grazie, I'll pass it on to him. I gotta tell you, your boy has a keen eye. When I was here last month queuing for measurements, he was excitedly telling me which customers are important government officials or familiar guys. He's so proud you're making clothes for those high-ups. A clever boy indeed. But most of our customers, most people who look for a tailor, are actually just regular civilians. It's rare they get a reason to come here. A rare job opportunity, a beautiful wedding, or even a dignified funeral. Everyone deserves the decency of tailoring, and we at Tailor de Montano hope to operate for a long time on this basis. I admire you, Signor Umberto. I'm sure Lucino will be an excellent tailor in the future with a great teacher like you. Lucino, hold on to my hand tight. Do you want to live together with me from today onwards? The child had just barely turned 3 when Umberto found him in a farm with mud all over his face. Your eyes are like his, like my son. You cry? The curious child extends his hand to wipe away the tears from Umberto's eyes, but leaves a filthy grey mark instead. What happened to your papa, Lucino? I won't allow it ever again. You look haggard, signore. Need help? Just age getting to me. Not getting enough rest lately. Anna, tomorrow's your first day at work. Your brand new suit won't do all the work of impressing your colleagues. Have an early rest. Oh, feel free to get it ironed here anytime. I will close early today and get some rest. Alright. Ciao, Signor Umberto. Find us anytime if you need anything. Weren't they just saying he'd been overworking himself today, and now he's saying he's closing up early? Umberto holds the ticket in his hand and slumps before his sewing machine. He feels powerless. After a brief silence, he dials the number. I know there's no cause to contact you, but this is the only way I have left. Lucino's been missing for a whole day. Oh, different day. Okay. Lucino's been missing for a whole day. I can't go to the police. I'm afraid that the boy might have gotten himself mixed up in some mob matter. If you're listening, I beg of you, help me find him. He's the only thing this old man is concerned about. Please, Signora Venezia. November 6, 1100, 9 p.m. Your Honor, Dmitri is gone. Should we pack up as well? Just hold on. Your face is kind of red. Did you drink too much? Tell the others to continue tracking the vehicle responsible for the accident while we continue investigating the suspects. It'll be hard pinning someone down this way. Indeed. Dmitri, Alberto, and the missing driver. We have many suspects, but I think there are other ulterior motives behind this incident. Ever since Novovosini was founded, there have been many eyes on us. Like that customer who hasn't left yet. Lavinia looks at a corner. The winery lights are bright, but the wine racks cast a shadow in the corner, with a Volpo sitting in the dark within. Her bottle is already half gone, and she has been keeping her distance from everyone else the whole time. So much so that no one has noticed her blade blatantly left on the table. So that's why you didn't call it a day yet. Judge Lavinia, yes? To be honest, your actions today and your scatterbrained officers are giving me a headache. I had planned to pry any interesting info from talkative drunkards here, but it turns out you're the only one left I can count on. I called her, Tipsy Volpo.
I'm trying to give a little bit of a drunken lilt. Oh shoot, something in my eye. How do you know my name, and why don't you have a seat first? Sorry, I had no intentions to eavesdrop on your conversation earlier. But a judge and a familiar dawn? A classic combination not to be missed. The Vopo points at her ridiculously large ears and gives a wry smile. What can I say? I don't know if a good hearing really helps. Ah, right. Ingrid, my name. Now we're even. You've been staring at my blade for a long time. Just a prop. I can register it at City Hall if needed. I've been away from Syracuse for too long and haven't gotten used to the new rules yet. Ingrid. I think you know very well these promising officers around us won't be much help. Are they all under you? Does Nova Vicini have the police and judiciary together in the same unit? We make do with what we have in these times. They're also serious about their work. We'll gladly escort you over to City Hall for identity registration, Signora Venetia. Sure, but after I'm done with my business. I won't take too long, Lavinia. Today I'm just a visitor doing some visiting. Ingrid sips a mouthful of wine and lets Lavinia inspect her blade. You're here for Carnival? For my daughter. She was hurt. Oripathy, an accident. Any other questions? I'll be happy to answer. Signora Venezia, I hope you don't get the wrong idea, but this isn't an interrogation. It's alright. I've crossed paths with judges before. I have no particular opinions on the profession. It's not your determination as a judge to crack the case, but your kind concern for a patient that has won my respect. You know something about the accident, even though we've been keeping it confidential. I had already told you about my sharp ears, Lavinia. So who is still in a coma? A relative, an important friend? Sorry, but I'm not answering that. I see accidents do come easy in Syracuse. No need to be so vigilant, Lavinia. I can guarantee you my return here has no plans to involve myself in any familiar affairs. Perhaps we may even have a chance to exchange information. The two are interrupted by the sound of the winery door opening. The new addition stands at the entrance until the sommelier quickly steps up and humbly takes his coat. Signora Venezia, I knew you'd be here. Wasn't easy tracking you down. I told the old Don about a run-in at the Montano, and he specifically told me you wanted to see. The new guest looks in Lavinia's direction and shuts his mouth. Took it long enough. Lavinia and Ingrid stare at the flustered guest in unison, and the surrounding officers pretending to be drunks follow suit. Signore, we've decanted your wine for you. Allow me to show you the way. No, it's fine. I just remembered something. Oh, please, wait just a moment while I fetch you a bottle of our winery's newest. My tusk beast back home's giving birth today. I shouldn't miss it. Lavinia watches him hurriedly grab his coat back from the sommelier. He puts it back on and even tips his hat off to her before he leaves. What an excuse. I like it. Early this year, that man was jailed for 3 months for attempting some trouble. I didn't think I'd see him out so soon. Of course, he absolutely did it on his own and had no relations at all with Venezia Trucking.
Your Honor, I'm starting to think if I should hold you in higher esteem. The mafiosi were never this afraid of a judge in the old Syracuse. Well, Signora Venezia, I actually prefer your attitude. No particular opinions on the profession. What Syracuse should revere is the law itself, and not certain individuals. A novel idea, though I fear I must get going now. To meet with your former Don? I have no obligation to report every step of my trip to a judge, but I don't wish to complicate matters for you either, Lavinia. As I said, I have no intentions of involving myself with familiar matters. I have more pressing things to attend to, but I'll make sure I get them done before the identity registration deadline. Ah, you should cut down on the alcohol too. You can't hold your liquor well at all. Lavinia watches the Volpo leave and directs the eager officers with her eyes to stay put. She knows what all of you look like, so let's leave it to the others. Investigate Venezia trucking. It seems their old Don is already in town. Leon, I'm afraid the situation's getting even more troublesome. Your Honor, the tech department guys just sent over some data from the scene. We need you to review it. Wasn't that area's monitoring system broken? It's not from that. A private car that broke down was parked in the area for several days, and its dash cam happened to record something. A suspicious individual was spotted in an alley. Look, his silhouette looks like a Volpo wielding a blade. What's the matter? She was just here.
Are we done yet? What are you looking all smug for? These Stronzi have already wasted too much of our time.
Alright. That was episodes 2 and 3 of whatever this is called, I Portatori dei Velluti. Tomorrow, hopefully, episodes 4 and 5 and maybe 6, and in those we will finally be unlocking Crown Slayer, the much anticipated but unfortunately terribly underwhelming fast redeploy unit. No new commissions. The next one comes out in 3 hours, apparently. Load. I guess that doesn't do anything, at least not currently. What were the badges I got earlier? Or the singular badge that I got earlier? Oh yeah, complete 5 commissions. Somehow that was the first badge I got. Go figure. Well, anyway.
Ciao, Doctor.
That's all the time I have for
can hear
tonight,
your
so...
footsteps even with my ears folded.
Thank you. Anyway, thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked this, please please go find my YouTube and my Discord and my Twitch profile for previous content that I have made, or for keeping in touch and getting announcements. If you are watching this on YouTube after the fact, you may find my Twitch at TheWinterPrince52. Also, YouTubers, please leave comments on my videos, just because I love comments. I love the discussion and the interaction. Feel free to leave your critiques, too. Just be civil about it. Don't go insulting me into the dirt. Give me constructive criticism. I can handle that. Anyway, for now, thanks again, everyone. I love you all, and I hope you have a wonderful
I'll
rest
stay
of your
here.
evening.
Just call me if you need something.
Good night.
Hard to believe.